गमपनी सनिपा गमपनी सनिपा Oh, you're gonna love this one. So let me pause the music for a minute. So I decided to hop on to a Voynich manuscript uh, Facebook page and just curious to see what's going on there. Because I've had blinders on the whole time, and I'm just like, what's happening? I know that there's a whole like a token measurement type deal, and I'm like, it's like, okay, cool, you're looking at statistics and frequency, but they're barking up the wrong tree, and talking about keep calling it EVA, and I'm like, oh my God, it's awful, it's awful. It's not EVA, it's not tokens. They're saying that there's 7,000 plus I'm like, no, the corpus is not even that big. And it's because okay, the way the Voynich manuscript is, like all the letters are mashed together. Like he'll pick and choose when he's mashing one word to another one, backwards and forward. And so it makes it look like there's a whole lot more than there is. Um, but it's really just the same uh, set of words in a certain order. That's all. Anyway, but you'd think after all these years, the whole Ava token mess would just disappear because it doesn't work. So it just doesn't work. Anyway, excuse me. Okay, so who is in the room? Astro, I know you're here again, and I don't want to bore you with the same stuff. Are you still there? What I do? Can you hear me? Checkity check check. What's going on here? I have an extra audio capture. That's why. Okay. Why is that? Hmm. Okay. Anyway, moving along. Okay, so here we are going to talk about the Indus Valley Civilization script. I will do my best to make sure everything can be seen on screen. You can see the page number now, so if you have any questions, just reference the page number. Now, of course, the page numbers don't match up, okay? In Mahadevan's corpus, this page is 33. But there it's 44, so 10 off. Thank you, Astro. It's not boring to go over. Well, that's good. Sometimes I feel like because I say literally am saying the same things over and over again that it's boring somehow. I don't want to bore anybody. I haven't worked on any new inscriptions, so it's the same stuff. All right. Maybe I should do a hopefully I'll be able to get subscribers soon, and then I can um do like special lives or videos for subscribers where you can see the process that I do for decipherment. So if you would be interested, if you guys would be interested in that, please let me know. I think I might be like 1,000 valid views away from being able to do that, to have subscribers. Okay, so Indus Valley Civilization. For those of you that don't know, I apologize. That don't know, the Indus Valley Civilization is in India, okay, situated around the Indus River. That's where it gets its name. The other name that it is known by is the Harappan Civilization, named after a major city, Harappa. Okay, it's about 8,000 years old at least. Um, People have been dying to know what language the script is, whether or not it's Dravidian or Sanskrit or something else. I know a lot of people keep pointing to Dravidian. However, Dravidian just does not work. It just doesn't work. Um, the language of the Indus script is in fact Sanskrit. It's Vedic Sanskrit. It does have Pali influence, of course. There's Pali and Prakrit, um, simply because they're all related. Prakrit, in fact, is the vernacular form of Sanskrit, and Sanskrit is like the royal priestly uh, formal version of the same language. Okay, the sign list includes many anthropomorphic figures here. Okay. Then we have animals. Okay. Then we have a bunch of abstract lines, but these lines are not numbers. They're words. They're syllables. Okay. We have more detailed abstract images or signs. They are objects, okay? And the neat thing about the Indus script, it is also what they call an Abugida language, okay? It's an Abugida sign system, sorry. And that basically means you have like a primary base sign, right? It's called a base sign because it's the main large one, okay? Upright and center, right? Um, the primary base sign is the one that has 0 extra marks on it. So, um, let's see. Let's go to the fish because I like working with that one. So sign 59, okay, right here is the fish sign. I know some have wanted to say it is the Dravidian word for fish, but that's not correct. Um, the word for fish here is mina. Okay, it's older, mina. And with an abugida, you would reduce the name of the object you've depicted to its first syllable. Okay, so it would be me, M-I, me. So this is me, and then you have diacritic marks, pretty much, you know, here, this weird V-shaped thing. I have no idea. You know, I've wondered that. I'm like, what is the obsession with it being Dravidian? Um, and see, I really couldn't tell you. I really couldn't tell you. Other than the association with Tamil Nadu, because I know they're Dravidian speaking. If I'm not correct, let me know. Um, and they have a huge uh, investment into it. But other than that, I don't know. Dravidian, I don't even think it's spoken in that area originally. Could be wrong on that too. But um, I think the problem with wanting it to be something so badly, you kind of lose sight of what it actually is or could be. Um, and that's not good. You don't want to have that going in when you're looking at solving something like language or anything really. So you want to keep an open mind, and you want whatever you're studying to speak to you, right? You want it to speak to you. So you have to be very Buddhist about it and show up empty, right? Um, and just let it speak to you because it will. When you're following that thread of truth and you keep pulling on that thread, it'll start telling you how it's structured. You just got to listen, You got to see and listen. And so that's how I view it. No matter what I'm looking at, I want it to tell me its story through its structure. And I have to ignore anything because I could want it to be Dravidian all day long, but it doesn't make it Dravidian. You can't force it to fit when it doesn't work. For example, at one point I thought the Voynich manuscript was written in all German, but it was only one word. Excuse me. Ooh, excuse me. Okay. I want to kind of go over. Astro, were you here when I started talking about the slashes being TRs or Ts? If you weren't, that's what it means. This sideways slash is a TR or a T sound within a larger sign. Just like right here. These are both TR signs. Tra and then three. Tra, three. This is te, T. So here, I want to, sorry, kind of talk about my musings on these two signs, 93 and 94. Okay. Um, the interesting thing about uh, this script is that sometimes the vowel on the end or the beginning is dropped. So I'm like, I know this is an A, okay, ah, and then TR, ah, and then TR. So 93. I do believe I might have put, or was it 94? They're pretty much similar, right? So this is a TR sound or a T. Could be either or. Let's see, 93 and 94. Go down to the lexicon or lexicon, however you say it. See, here I have this for that. That should not be a dash. I was doing some heavy, like, trying to get all this to match, and it deleted my A. So it's Atra. That's what I have. It's either ATTRA or ATRA is what I have for it. Another issue with the Rasa sign, it looks like Rasa or Sra, so that's a bit difficult. But from what I understand, it is Rasa. It has to be because just of the context. So, for example, this is rasa. Ah, so rasaya. Excuse me, cough today. This is rasa rasa, the most or the highest essence. Rasa rasa. And there's so much that I just don't know yet with these abstract lines. Oof, it's a doozy. Um, that's as far as I've gotten um, with these. This is ihi, rasa, ahi, aya, rasa, rasa, I, ra, ah. I think this is ha instead of, because it could be ha or ah. Right, so this is flip flop, so it'd be ha, haya, because there. Mm, rasa, ras, rasaya. This is rasaga or rasaka. I've seen both spellings for the same word with a G or a K. Here it's a G. Huh. Yep, that's how, that's how far I've gotten. Maybe it's just all a combination of all of that. It's just very complex, and we don't hardly have any context, except for the few inscriptions I've seen. But when some of these occur, let's say we have an entire inscription done except for the one sign. Let's pick 106, right? We can figure out what type of word it's going to be, right? At least there's that. Oh, feel free to share the live if you know anybody that would be interested in this. I'd really appreciate it. Let's see. I'm going to try to share it on. I've also got my TikTok for Glyph Publishing.
Thank you so much for almost 400 roses. That is insane. Rose Queen here. We got Biggie and Jiggles.
What in the heck?
Biggie
Why is
Jiggles.
someone else's stuff
I
playing
love
right
that
now?
name. I'm gonna say
That's
Atmosphere.
weird. I do apologize. Apparently someone got 400 roses.
Hey guys, I just want to let you know.
All right. All right. Oh, we've got another one. Yay. All right, let's continue. So let me know if the music is too loud because my intention here is to just barely play it. Excuse me. All right, so let's go up to the top and we're going to start from the very beginning. Kind of informally chit-chatted for a little bit. So we're going to use Abraham's Mahadevan's corpus. Okay, he's the foremost scholar on the Indus Valley script. I think he passed away recently, but um, so my book, which is out on Amazon right now, is a compilation of these two different articles. The preliminary observations on symbol correspondence between the Vinca and Indus sign systems, which includes decipherment of Indus script, and the second is the lexicon of the Indus script. The lexicon is basically where I'm cataloging, very straightforward, what each sign means. For those of you that don't know, the Vinca culture, okay, from southeastern Europe, it's from thousands of years ago. They had their own sign system. Very little is known about it. There are not that many examples. So I had very little to work with, but um, trying to figure out the association between Vinca and Indus, if there really was any. But that led me to trying to figure out what Indus actually said. I had wrongly assumed it was already translated, had no idea it wasn't. Um, so that was fun. That was a fun rabbit hole to go down. Um, and here we are. All right, so this is correspondence one between the Vinca and the Indus sign for Bhu, B-H-U. Okay, this is the sign for Bhu. Okay, so this V sign is an H-U or U sound. The primary base sign for this is just the square, right? It's just the outside edge, not this part. And that would be Ba or Bari, body, right? B-A-R-I for house or enclosure. Okay. You can see that here on this seal. A lot of times you'll see signs rotated, but that's not a disqualifier because in Abhagita scripts and just, you know, these two especially, rotation, it still means the same sign. I thought this was noteworthy. So I saw two different Vinca signs. When you combine them, they do match this. So I was wondering if there's some sort of relationship between these two and Vinca. I don't know. Okay, here's two other um, grasping signs for Indus. On the right side is the tongs or the caliper. Okay, this actually represents the entire caliper. Here's a different version of it. It does not mean the same thing as this one. The caliper and tongs side is telling you it's a GR sound. GR, okay, for grasping, which is funny because it's not English, but it's the same GR, okay? So here you have gra, tha, gratha. This is the sign for ta or tha, and this is attested in other Indic scripts by a circle instead. This is gratha. Oh, sorry, graha. Graha. Grasp. Grasp, take hold, or bind. I apologize for the coughing and my raspy voice. Alright, so here we have the sign for pa. And you can see that here for vinca. Now, I'm not saying it's the same language, but I'm saying that these sign systems are related. This one is more triangular. The Indus sign system also has one that looks exactly the same. It's associated with a different sign, like it's modifying or attached to another sign. Okay, this is a man carrying a water vessel. I found out that these are gourds. Okay. Through reading some commentary on Sanskrit on a different sign entirely. So we have a yoke here and then a yoke here. Hand signs, same sign here as in right here. These are the same. I'll have to change the formatting. We have the same rake or comb sign, same sign for the door, minus the line at the bottom, but it's the same sign. Here, here. This one is on the inside of tha or ta, but it's the same one. Here. This one I thought is very unique, and it's the same. Here. And here. Those are the 17 that I go through. Pretty straightforward. And this is where I start studying the Indus script quite heavily, all the way to the end. So the Indus sign system is Vedic Sanskrit, okay, / Proto-Indo-Aryan. Yeah, it's Sanskrit. Thank God, because if it were something else, I probably wouldn't be able to do this. I love the fact that it's syllables, makes it easier for me. Okay, so here we have the most famous seal found in the Indus Valley, and that is the seal of Pashupati, the Lord of Animals. Okay. Pashupati has been considered a proto version of Shiva, but I do not believe it is proto at all. I do believe it actually is him. And the reason why they think it's proto Shiva, one of the reasons, is because he's depicted as part animal in other tablets and seals. Um, However, I know from the research that I've done that his depiction as being part animal is not that he is part animal, is that he embodies the quality of Sta. He's embodying it in that moment, and that is why he's depicted as uh, part cow or part whatever, or part bull. He's embodying Sta. That's he's called Sthanu for a reason. And you can see that here you have four large animals, right? An elephant, a rhino, a water buffalo, a bull, right? A tiger. And then you have these two antelope or deer down at the bottom. What's interesting is that these four animals are extremely large beasts. They are not anything like antelope. That was my first indicator. These are all immovable animals, either by ferocity or size. And as I was translating, I realized that he is embodying the qualities that they represent. And it's not just the quality of the Nandi bull. I've been through this coin stuff with you, haven't I, Astro? I'm trying to find something else to talk about. Let's see. Here, I'll just let you read this page for a second. Be right back. Okay, so this is a description of my ideas on the modification of the bass signs. And I'll let you read that to kind of catch up.